Welcome to Izamal, Mexico, known for its bright yellow buildings, and it's one of Mexico's magical towns. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Izamal. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Izamal, Mexico. Population around 20,000. Now just for context, we have a map here. We have circled Izamal. Izamal is 50 minutes from Mérida and an hour and 10 from Chichen Itza. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Izamal. People love Izamal because of the downtown architecture. While the center of Izamal isn't bursting with sights, you'll fall in love with its colorful colonial architecture going back to the 16th century. Izamal is often called the Yellow City, and almost every building is painted in a yellow ochre, while the door frames and window frames are a bright white. Amateur photographers will get some eye-popping shots, and the houses are equally beautiful even when the yellow facades show their age. People love Izamal because of the Convento de San Antonio de Padua. A prime example of how the Izamal 16th century Spanish settlers repurposed the city Mayan architecture, this monastery is on top of a Mesoamerican pyramid dedicated to the god of the heavens. Itzamna, the Pop-Hall-Shack pyramid, was the largest of Izamal's 6 Mayan platforms and is still the highest part of the city today. The Franciscan monastery on the top was raised between 1549 and 1561 using stone from the pre-Hispanic monument. Tallying with enormous proportions of the pyramid, the courtyard is said to be the second largest in the Christian world behind the Vatican. The church interior has frescoes from the 16th and 17th century and a Baroque altar with opulent wood decorations and painted scenes from the life of Jesus. People love Izamal because of Kinich Kakmo Pyramid. An inescapable presence to the north of the city center is an immense Mayan pyramid and the best remaining remnant of the Izamal pre-Hispanic history. The Kinich Kakmo Pyramid was dedicated to the solar god of the same name. Kinich Kakmo means fire parrot, and this god, with the head of a macaw, was believed to descend to the ground when the sun was at its zenith to accept offerings. The pyramid is unadorned, but is one of the largest in Mexico at 700,000 cubic meters. You're allowed to climb to the top. While it isn't an easy hike in the midday sun, the view from the top is the best in the city. People love Izamal because of Centrol, cultural, artesanal. On the north frontage of Parque 5 de Mayo is a museum in a 16th century mansion. This opened in 2007 after being converted from a hotel and presents the work of the most accomplished craftsmen and women in the city. The museum has 11 halls and its exhibits are divided into 5 categories: wood, ceramics, metal, textiles, and items woven from plant fibers. There's creative jewelry fashioned from palm seeds and cattle horns. There's also a small exhibition about hacienda architecture in the region and a shop where you can buy pieces by the artisan in the galleries. People love Izamal because of Itzamatul. One of the largest monuments on Izamal's Las Mayan Plaza, Itzamatul was a monument built over 3 phases. The earliest work was done between 400 and 600 AD and consisted of a base with a light gradient and stairways. This was covered by a more vertical slope and panel constructed about 300 years later, which has been restored and can be scaled. Look north and see the Kinich Kakmo Pyramid and get a sense of the layout of the lost Mayan Plaza. The final phase between the 10th and 12th century would have been a gigantic pyramid on which only a 100-meter long base and a short stairway remains. Like Pop-Hall-Shack, Itzamatul was dedicated to the god of the heavens, Itzamna, and would have drawn pilgrims from across the region. People love Izamal because of Monumento of Fray de Landa. On a roundabout facing the southern wall of the Convento de San Antonio de Padua is a monument to Izamal's colonial founder, Diego de Landa. Drop by for a photo, as he's one of the reasons Izamal looks the way it does today. He arrived in Yucatan in 1549, 3 years after the Spanish had established control of the region and was in charge of spreading Catholicism to the Mayans. His methods were extreme to say the least and involved burning everything and the destruction of Mayan sites, sometimes transforming them into Catholic monuments as we see at Izamal. As a paradox, during his campaign, Diego de Landa also became the earliest and one of the most reliable documenters of the Mayan civilization. People of Izamal because of Parque Itzamna. Izamal's main plaza is on the north side of the Convento de San Antonio de Padua, and in the Mexican style, there's a colorful sign spelling out the city's name. The square is planted with royal palms and elephant ear trees and is bounded by arcades and the ramps to the monastery. In the arcades are cafes and ice cream shops, while if you take a seat and look over the western facade, you can see the top of the Temple of Kabul. People of Izamal because of Chichen Itza. An hour by road to the southeast is the indispensable World Heritage Site of Chichen Itza, one of Mexico's most beloved historical attractions. The city spans 3 phases of Mayan history between the 7th and 13th century AD. One of the many remarkable things about Chichen Itza is the fusion of building styles, which might tell us that this was one of the most diverse cities in the Mayan world. The instantly recognizable site of the Pyramid of Kukulkan, 30 meters high and fetid for the serpent effect, created on its ridge side at sunset during the spring and autumn equinox. This effect is also recreated with illuminations after dark throughout the year. There's more than you can pack into a day, but you have to allow time for the Great Ball Court, the adjoining skull platform, and temples of the warriors. People of Izamal because of Cenote Ik Kil. An ideal partner to Chichen Itza, Cenote Ik Kil is a collapsed cave just to the southeast of the famous ruins. This bases as a scene of real drama and measures 60 meters across and descends 25 meters from the forest floor. The sheer walls are covered with vegetation and there are vines mingling with little waterfalls extending all the way down. Packed swimwear because there's a stairway from the rock leading down to the water, which is 40 meters deep. The Red Bull Cliff Diving Series has stopped here 3 times in the last decade, and archaeologists have found bone fragments and pieces of jewelry in the deep waters. People of Izamal because of Homun Cenotes. You could spend days visiting nothing but cenotes around the town of Homun, under 50 kilometers to the southwest of Izamal. There are 5 in store, and you can combine them on a guided tour or seek them out by yourself, as Homun has only just opened up to tourism. All are exciting in their own way, whether it's the emerald green waters lit up by a single shaft of light through the ceiling, or the Santa Maria Cenote where you have to trek through a cave and then a subterranean river before arriving at the crystalline pool. The Santa Rosa Cenote has only the tiniest opening in its ceiling, and a wooden stairway has been built to help you to descend to the cool waters in a chamber glowing with an artificial blue light. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love Izamal. If you've got a reason why you love Izamal, pop it in the comment section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!